As the younger generation would say, life has been lifing lately. And while I know that lifing isn't even a real word, it still feels like the only one that fits right now. I took some time away from this platform to focus on more immediate ways to make income. But disappearing for months or even years was never part of the plan. So here I am, back in a peaceful place, and back with this incredible, supportive, and wholesome community that we've started building together. Rue had her biannual physical in early May, and the vet found that one of her liver values, her ALT, was elevated. While the doctors assured me that it wasn't life-threatening, it was enough to make me pause and start digging. After hours of research, I discovered that one possible cause of this elevation could be an excess buildup of copper in the liver, which Dobermans are prone to. And if it's left unchecked, it can eventually lead to liver damage. That set me off on a whole new mission, finding a kibble without added copper or synthetic vitamin K. It turns out the only ones available were prescription only and way outside of my budget. So I decided to make her food myself. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to show you where I've been camping for a little bit, and I hope I can continue to camp for a little bit longer. I love this place. It's been the most peaceful that I've stayed at. Like Diamond Point is like a close second, but I think this one is my favorite thus far. So I'm going to show you around my campsite and what my setup is, and that's Rue. So let's go take a look at Rue and what she's doing while I show you around. Okay, so here is Lady E. We've got the solar panel in the back there. Miss Rue, who's having fun chasing the lizards or whatever it is that she's chasing after. Here's the view from the side. It's a little bit cloudy today, but that's okay. When I open my back doors, this is the view that I see, and I love it. I have a little fireplace there. I have my tent up, a little outdoor gazebo where I get some work done, cook if I feel like it. I've got the solar and Starlink, and my outdoor shower. This is the first time I use it where I actually put some stakes in it. And also, for anybody that is interested or needing one of these, I learned the hard way that not having a floor, especially when you're in dirt or sand, is just not the move. And so I bought I'll show you. It's a flooring that's harder than the piece of fabric that comes with it. This is soft, and so this is a little bit sturdier, thicker. It has a drain. It's dirty because I went in there to drain the water, and I'm gonna wipe it down. I just wanted it all to dry. But yeah, that's it. This is what makes it possible now for me. Otherwise, I would not have bought this thing again. I really hope that this portion isn't slanted on your screen, because that's what it appears on my end. So I really hope that this is just aligned, in shot, in frame, and it looks good. Anyways, I'm here in the tent, obviously, and I just finished working for a little bit on the computer, and I figured it was a good time to talk about, well, really to catch you all up from the last video. Not after, where did we leave off? I can't even tell you. I think Bombay Beach. So we're going to fast forward and we're going to talk about last month, which last month was May. For many months, it had been known that Skin Folks were going on a month-long trip to Utah, which I'm still here, by the way. And there were talks of visiting national parks, and so that was the agreement, and it was something I looked forward to meeting up with Skin Folks again, seeing familiar faces, seeing new faces, connecting with new people, and for sure the parks. I also have the America the Beautiful pass, so obviously the intention there is to see as many parks as possible this year. So I was really excited. So the beginning of the month started strong with Rue and her copper and liver and all of that stuff. And shortly after her physical, we took off. So I saw and visited Arches. I couldn't even see, here's the thing. While I was really excited to be with people and Skin Folks family and visit and adventure new places, I feel like it was, the best word to describe it was whirlwind. Like it happened so fast. I didn't even know what was going on half the time. And I say that because we loosely had some sort of an agenda on the places that we would visit. So like Grand Canyon, Arches, Bryce, Zion, things like that. National Monument, I think. So we kind of had an idea on where we were going. Very soon into this trip, I realized that I hadn't recharged my battery, my social battery, enough. So that was one thing I learned, and that I'll take with me forever and ever. Sometimes you learn things as you experience them. Well, this was one of them. Now, I already know I'm introverted as hell. AF, as some people would say. I knew that. But at the same time, it was like a contradiction sort of inside of me. Like I wanted to see the people so bad. I wanted to see all these places so badly that I kind of ignored what was going on in here. And so I definitely know that for the next time. If I know that I'm going to go on a trip, maybe recharge my battery and stay solo by myself for a month or two before being surrounded by people again. The other thing that I learned was that I'm more of like, I prefer stability. I prefer to stay at a place for as long as possible until I get sick of it, to be honest. The trip was very fast paced to accommodate everybody else, so I understood that. I just didn't know what it would feel like to be moving so quickly from place to place. I feel that whenever we would arrive at a new destination, a new place, campground, wherever we went, my main focus was to set up and get online. Like I didn't even give myself time to research, to look at the things around me. Therefore, I don't even have enough footage. I'll put in some clips here or all throughout this talk, because I definitely don't have enough to even make videos on each place I visited, sadly. So it felt like maybe when I felt like, okay, maybe I want to explore the area, we would move to the next place. So yeah, definitely a little more fast-paced than I prefer. However, I realized that people have things to do. Not everybody in the group travels full time, so they have lives and homes to get back to. So I understand that. So those are the two things that I kind of struggled with. Other than that, it was amazing. I had never seen canyons before in my life. So that was really amazing, and beautiful and like gorgeous. So, yeah, it was a really fun month. I feel like I want to go back definitely to each park, hit it up maybe solo or with one or two other people, but definitely take my time. I'm gonna try to wait it out here for a little bit longer if the weather is decent, and then maybe move maybe a little bit more north, and continue on my journey. But a 10 out of 10, I'd recommend all of the parks that we've visited. And I didn't even get to see, like, as I said, people would make plans. People in the group would make plans to not only go see the national parks, but maybe attractions nearby. And I was so caught up on being online and other things that I feel like I missed a lot of the opportunities that I could have taken. So I want to go back and I want to revisit some of the places. Like one of the things I missed was the Four Corners. I want to go there. I want to see and I want to travel and I want to do everything. So yeah, that was the month of May. I'm glad that I experienced everything that I did. I for sure am going to go back and see some of the things that I missed. I've had a really hard time managing my priorities lately. With income being my main focus, I slowly stopped showing up for myself, physically, mentally, even emotionally. My movement slowed down, my energy dipped, and I found myself spending less quality time with Rue, which is usually one of the highlights of my day. I was so caught up in trying to survive that I stopped noticing how out of alignment I had become. But recently, I had an honest moment with myself where I realized this isn't how I want to show up for myself or for Rue. This isn't the version of life that I actually want to live. So I'm slowly getting back to what grounds me: my physical health, quiet time, moving my body, journaling, listening to my affirmations, reading, and playing with Rue. And honestly, even after a few short days of reincorporating these things back into my life, I feel so much better and like I've taken a huge step back toward myself.